And we are back. Alright, so we'll pick up where we left off and do these Paralogue battles. I'm gonna do Sword and Shield of Seiros first, because although both of these are hard, I think that one is easier. Tales of the Red Canyon is a pretty tough one.
And that is our situation.
But with so few knights, we'll surely... Ah, Professor! Excellent timing.
Alois, you're not going to suggest we send students, are you?
I am, actually. Do you have a problem with that?
I do. We can't send them out on a knight's mission without Rhea's blessing.
I'm sure I can get the go-ahead. I'll just say the students have a new field training opportunity or something like that. Besides, we'll be there. We're not going to let them get killed by pirates.
There are pirates causing havoc in the port of Deirdre, at the center of House Regan's territory.
The Merchants Association sent a request via the Eastern Church asking for protection.
You haven't heard of the Eastern Church? I suppose it's because they don't have much of a presence.
The Eastern Church controls Eastern Fodlan. They don't have a standing army like we do. So, for incidents like this, they customarily ask for help from the Central Church.
I imagine they want to contribute to make their presence known in the Alliance.
Be that as it may, we knights are quite busy. We don't have personnel to spare. Therefore, we're enlisting your help.
You should have some experience dealing with pirates from your mercenary days, right? The students have dealt with pirates, so this shouldn't be a problem for them.
Come with us, won't you? Think of it as a training exercise. The Merchants Association will reward us handsomely.
Alright, let's begin this Paralogue.
We don't have time to lose. Let's take care of this quickly.
So this one is like an area defense mission with a constant wave of enemy wyvern flyers, which are pretty tanky and very strong, and I think pretty fast too. So the idea is you blitz down the wyverns and simultaneously sort of deal with the rest of the forces. Last time I actually just camped in this location and tried to snipe the wyverns as they approached the town. And I sort of waited like 20 turns there. So that was not as fast as I wanted to get this done. Let's see if we can do this faster this time. So he's got 14 attack speed, 34 attack. Fortunately, that's going to damage Gaspar quite a lot, so we can't just tank it. Going to need to buy some good weapons for this, I think. So... Can she use a silver bow yet? Yes, okay.
Is that the one? Thanks
We're
a
going to give
bunch.
Bernadette a silver bow. We're going to give Petra the best bow she can use. Looks like she can use a silver bow too.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
Going to need those this mission. Shamir also should get a silver bow.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
Violet silver? No, steel though. Well, steel bow isn't that great, so I'm going to actually turn it into a steel bow plus.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Come back soon.
Okay. Let's see, who should we bring? It's gonna be pretty hard with just one healer, so I'd like to have room for Flame. We do have mages, which can probably deal with those wyverns just as well as archers. Edelgard's good, Hubert's really good, Dorothea's probably going to be good. We need Linhart. Caspar's so far the weakest member. Petra and Bernadette both have bows, so they're going to be really good. I think we'll swap out Caspar for Flame. Caspar and Adjutant to maybe Hubert. Although he has guards, so it might be better to give him to someone who is slow. Like maybe Linhart. Alright, that should do for that. What are we looking at? Iron axes, steel gauntlets, steel bows, the short axe. Okay. So they all have one range weapons, which probably makes it worthwhile to get hand axes and javelins as well.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
So that way we can attack from range. There's no ranged sword option that's really good at this point in the game. And I think the only ranged sword option anyway does magic damage. Which actually could be useful in this particular map, but I'm not going to use it. There's only one of them. And I think that we're not bringing anyone else who can use axes or jabs, so
Come back.
that's that. We'll move some items around. Okay, that looks pretty good. Support levels are set. Alright, let's look at our formation. That seems iffy to me. That's good. Then Hart should be in the middle, that's about right. Hubert. Dorothea. I think I'm going to send Hubert down rather than having Flame here because we might need more damage to deal with these enemies. Should just save these. Anyway, let's start this up.
Tremble before us! We are the great navy of Elmyra. Resist, and we'll burn this town to the ground!
The Elmyra Navy. This is going to be tougher than I expected.
They're obviously bluffing, but it seems to be working on the merchants. Shall we?
It's the knights! Please, save us! We'll reward you handsomely! It would be a disaster if they attacked our shops. Please, don't let them into town.
We've got you. Leave it to the Knights of Seiros.
So you don't actually lose the quest if the enemies are in the town for 5 turns, you just lose the reward. So it's more of a stretch goal than a requirement. At least I think that's the case because the last time I did this, I did not do very well at all. I was in the Blue Lions playthrough. So I did have more archers, but fewer mages. So this is kind of a sticky situation down here that we're going to have to deal with. The situation's pretty straightforward. But we also have these wyverns, which I believe are going to start taking off and coming this way really soon. And so if I can't rush this way, stop them with some force, and I think these will do the same, then I'm going to probably need an archer or 2 in here just to take care of them. In order to have the archers free, I'm probably going to have to clear these out this turn. So I think I'll start here.
I will get the victory.
Of these, I think the warriors are the biggest threat, or the brigands rather. 22 versus 26. I think they've got higher attack speed too. Oh, they're the same, okay. But anyway, I plan on taking them out first.
As you wish.
Oh no.
Hopefully Bernadetta can do this. Oh good. She actually can. Bernadetta's strength is a little shaky. But now that she's damaged, she'll do 5 extra damage per hit, so Typically that's 10 damage a turn, but it can go as high as 20 if her stills proc. We got archers and relatively fast, but weak enemies here. Alois is a warrior. It looks like a fortress knight, at least just to me, a little bit. It's kind of odd for a warrior, because most warriors don't have that kind of armor.
Let
I
us
think I'll send
away.
Flame down this way.
To work.
Alright, we'll move Byleth before moving Shamir up.
Stay focused.
Way overkill with that crit there. Yep, Edelgard will destroy this guy. So that's a victory.
Ready and able.
I guess I'll put Alois in between them. Rally Edelgard's luck.
That's my cue.
It's a little bit hard to see what's in the danger zone and what's not. Because these are like both purple, and I guess since this one's darker purple it is. So it looks like she'll be safe here. I should be careful with Shamir. So, if these wyverns start moving, they'll make it into the town. Not this turn, but next turn. And I'll have to be able to either pull these units or pull Shamir, protect it. However, if I can get Shamir to somewhere up here on this ship, she'll be able to probably shoot them. But I don't think I'll get there in time, so I'm actually going to keep her on guard duty. And I guess I'll pull Bernard up towards the top. Yeah, as you can see, that one is ignoring my units and just going straight for the town. Which basically means I'm playing catch with them. I think Bernadetta should have enough to deal with this unit. Let's try silver. That'll do it if it hits. However, we have to worry about the counterattack. She gets 7 defense. Yeah, I think she'll die. So it'd be safer to use Petra here. I'm gonna burn it up on the interception course, so I think her and Shamir will be guarding the town for now. We'll send Hubert down with Petra, and they'll probably proceed to clean up this ship. I'll keep Flame somewhere sort of close to the bottom, but since she doesn't have a ranged healing option at this point, she'll probably not be too useful there. Attack, 7 attack, 12 defense, taking maybe 15 each. I'm gonna bring Dorothy up and use Healing Gambit here.
I won't forget this.
Then I can put Byleth right here. He can take 2, or she can take 2 hits. I suppose we'll use Alois and Edelgard to clean this up. Might be better to use Edelgard. Yeah, 100% hit rate. So now Eloise will choke this choke point with standing in front of it. Hopefully he'll get this kill. Alright, if he misses, that'll just give Dorothea a turn. So those will all go down that choke point towards Eloise, which I'll probably swap with Edelgard.
If only my research had such results.
Not a bad level up.
Predictable.
So there's another thing that you have to watch out for on this chapter. There are enemies with disturbance, which will freeze you in place, and there are very high mobility, very dangerous wyverns. So if you get frozen in a wyvern's attack range, that's very bad, and they spawn right out of this gate. So if you get close to here, and you get attacked by like this guy, or this guy, not the boss because he doesn't move, maybe even this archer, you can get stuck like right here, and then this wyvern will spawn, and then the next turn he'll just kill you. So, something to be very careful with there. I think we'll move Edelgard all the way up. She should be able to take all 3 hits. 21, 28, 27, 17. If they get almost 10 damage, she's got more than 30 hit points, she'll be fine. Just fire here.
Fireball!
I do have a warp staff. Or I guess a warp tome. So I could potentially use that to plop an archer over onto this boat from afar. That might be a good idea. I should try to eliminate this one as fast as possible so I don't get stuck here. Alright, there was a nice crit.
You're quite adept.
Destroyed. I think if I move into that wyvern's range, it'll attack me instead of going for the town. And I think Phileas should be fast enough not to get doubled.
It seems I've exhausted this
Vantage
topic.
is a very good ability, but the conditions required to activate it are kind of tricky. Because I think you have to be at less than half health in order to proc it. But being able to attack first when the enemy attacks you gives you a pretty big advantage. I don't think I have the range to hit him without him coming towards me first. Let's see. If I put her right here, she might be able to Deadeye. Yeah, that's a 38% hit rate, and if he catches her, he'll kill her, so it We're going to put her a little bit off to the side there. We'll hope that the Wyvern goes for Byleth, which I think it should. Yeah, Byleth will double it, so shouldn't be too big of a problem. I should be able to reach one of those enemies next turn with Petro. Put her right there. I'll move Dorothea up in case Byleth doesn't kill the Wyvern. We'll have someone with magic to do it. We'll leave Edelgard where she is. She'll be fine.
A great help.
Smash up the houses and trash the shops! Swipe anything that's not nailed down!
If they attack the town, we won't even be able to pay the knights their reward.
That's not good. The pirates have got into town. We have to beat them quick.
So I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to prevent that from happening. I guess if I use like an overwhelming offense, I could push an archer up to like here, one turn sooner. And then I'd have to use like a curved shot to take out the enemy before they can do this. But now that they're in the town, it's pretty easy to deal with them. Quite a few attacks coming Petra's way. Should probably check. 22, 22, 15. But the 15 will double. Defense is 12, protection 12. That's 6. And 10, 10, 10. 36. She'll live. As long as I get rid of this enemy right here. Which I will. I'm going to leave Bernadetta here just in case something happens with Shamir. But I don't think it's really necessary. I think Byleth should be fine here. 17 protection. But Wyvern spawns, it could be some trouble. So I'm gonna have to chase her with Dorothea in case that's going to happen. I'll put Linhart somewhere a little more central. Probably do want to move Bernadetta out, actually. Because she'll probably... See, the unfortunate thing is, in order to guard the town, you have to move your units like 2 turns into the town, so it'll take 3 turns for them to even get to a side, at least. If you had a flying unit, this would be a lot easier. But I have only infantry on this chapter.
that all?
What happened to Petra's hair there? Is it standing straight up? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to zoom in. Looks like her hair has returned to normal. But it was sticking like straight up into the air there for a little bit. Moving Bernadetta closer. Looks like Violet is just out of range of that one. I will actually move Violet into range. Deal with that enemy. Hopefully, the Wyvern doesn't just skip her and rush for the town, but goes for her. She should be able to take the hit, but she's faster. I don't think anything else can hit her. Yeah, so that's fine. And it looks like I won't get to use the archers as much as I thought I would this chapter. Which is kind of a shame because it's pretty fun to watch wyverns just fall out of the sky in rapid succession. Right, well, that wasn't quite what I expected. Looks like Violet can kill them. Yeah. Dorothy might end up in trouble though. Nope, she can take 1 or 2. The situation is a little bit sticky. I could do something a little risky here and depend on this enemy going straight for the town. Try to focus these two down. Is she not fast enough to double? She's only slightly too slow. 1 more attack speed and she would have it. Alright, so how do we deal with this? Lilith does not have close counter. I believe she does have a bow though. She can one-shot one of them. And then I think as long as we get Dorothea out of the range of the other one, along with Linhardt, that should be okay.
Seems simple enough.
Disorder yet?
Build support. Guess we'll move Shamir out of the way so she does. Actually, can she take a hit? 8 attack speed. Attack speed. He's got 14, so that'll keep her from getting doubled. 34, I think that'll survive, yeah. I'm actually just gonna leave Shamir where she is. Hope the enemy wyvern flies into her and attacks. It could also go for Dorothea, either way. We won't get into the town. And we'll probably be close to killing it next turn. Our dead is getting closer, which makes dealing with the wyverns a little easier. Petra can't quite get close enough. I'm going to equip a 3-range tome on Hubert and leave him in the enemy archer's range. I'll pull Petra back. That should do it. Nope, that one just goes straight for the town every time.
The town is under attack. We have to move quickly.
%98 chance of working. If I use curve shot, we can guarantee it. We curve shot, no, we can't get the kill with the iron bow if we curve shot, so we're going to use curve shot, even though it uses more durability to guarantee this works. And now Shamir, since she just killed an enemy, gets offensive buffs, which make her even stronger, and she doesn't have to worry about being doubled by this. We've got enemy boss. Chapter will end if we kill him, so I'd rather wait on that a little bit. There doesn't seem to be a way to get rid of both of these enemies this turn. So I'll deal with the more dangerous.
This can't be right.
And I guess we'll wrap this up with Hubert.
Any experience is worth having.
Well, that's over with. They were a lot more trouble than I expected.
Thank you so much. Here's your reward. Please take it.
Seraph Robe increases maximum hit points. I might want to give that to Linhardt.
Good gracious! I didn't expect it to become such a large-scale battle.
It seems they caused the merchants unnecessary confusion by disguising themselves as Almirans.
We taught the pirates a lesson, though. That should calm them down a bit. I know this was more than you signed up for, but you really saved us.
Thanks for your help. This can't be how you were expecting your day to go.
Patient and understanding, just like Captain Gerald. We owe you a token of our appreciation, I think. Take the reward from the Merchants Association. Share it with your students if you like.
Take it. We'll collect our reward from the Eastern Church. Besides, Alois could never keep it for himself.
Of course not. We knights serve as the sword and shield of Saint Seiros herself. We pride ourselves on our integrity. We reject all rewards that are not perfectly legitimate.
In other words, he's a coward who would feel guilty and lose sleep over it.
That's also one of his many merits.
Shamir, you don't mince words. Though it does seem like you've learned how to show a little respect.
Must have learned that from you.
I don't remember teaching you that. Anyway, Professor, keep the compensation. I'd say you've earned it. Those merchants really needed your help. For all the buying and selling they do, they're not so good at trading blows.
I'm going to do one of these side quests before Tales of the Red Canyon, potentially to gain a little bit more experience. I guess we'll deal with bandits, that seems more urgent. The really beautiful thing about mages in this game is you don't have to worry about parrying or weapon durability. The other units, you've got to constantly be checking that to make sure that, you know, their primary weapon doesn't break and leave them at 4 attack speed, so they get doubled and killed. I think Petra's iron bow is a little bit low. I don't think it's quite low enough that I have to repair it yet. Battalions, I'm going to need to replenish.
Well, come back soon.
This is a standard 10 versus 15 battle. Looks like a lot of enemy brigands. Yeah. So, Edelgard in front. Probably Byleth in front as well. We could put Petra in front. And I think everyone else is more of a backline unit. We do get to bring Ferdinand this time. I guess Caspar will do fine as an adjutant. I don't really know what to do with him anyway, and at least in this way he'll be serving a noble purpose. Alright, we'll save our preparations. Begin the fight. Attack. So I should probably try to avoid taking more than 2 of those attacks with anyone.
To work.
I think Shamir gets bonus bow range. So he just hurt us off and I'm unit up.
Oh no.
That I can kill them on her own, it looks like, so have her do that. Huh. So her strength is so low that switching to a brave bow, the extra weight bumps her down so that she can't double, so it only doubles instead of quadding. I guess we'll have to use the iron bow. Nice, she got hit plus 20.
I get it.
I should go and manage these skills at some point too, because I've got a bunch of junky skills lying around, but at this point they aren't very important.
I will get the victory.
I will prevail. Stay focused.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
We'll keep him there, just to hold the enemies about in that position.
Battle.
I think we will heal him with Linhart.
Back to the fray.
I'd like to get one level with Hubert so that I can promote him
That's my cue.
whenever our next
Let us away.
break to do certifications is.
I guess hard work does pay off.
Speed's always good, Dex is useful, but I wish he'd get strength every once in a while too. Do you have anyone else who's level 19? Oh, quite a few. Edelgard's already 20, so we won't give her any more experience. Run away, Edelgard. We don't need you. Hubert, Byleth, Petra. So I'm gonna move Petra next to Byleth for the bonus experience. Snipe the enemy with the bow. We'll just get the kill with Byleth.
Admiration.
Thank you.
My units do seem to be somewhat higher leveled than my Blue Lions were at this point. And that's probably because of the New Game Plus bonuses. I think if I was going to do a really difficult challenge run, I would not allow myself to have those. So I guess we'll see when Lunatic comes out, if it needs a challenge mode. And we're not going to use Edelgard if we can avoid it. So I should get rid of these with someone else.
Not what I was hoping for.
Fun fact about Shamir, Sniper is a level 20 class. You need to be level 20 to get into it, but she's so good that she's already in it at level 13. Is that really the furthest Petra can? Well, we can put her here, I think. And then take out one.
I'd better keep up.
I kind of wanted to do some warp rescue shenanigans. But, I don't think it would be the wisest choice at this point, because there's just so many enemies around. I think if I did it with Edelgard it would be fine, but anyone else might be in trouble.
Well done.
Alright, Byleth is promotable, we should stop using her.
I'm not setting a very good example.
I'm pretty much perfect.
So Desperation is the Cavalier ability. That's pretty good. Especially in conjunction with Vantage, that lets you, when you're on low HP, not only counterattack the enemy before they get to attack you, but you get to do both of your attacks if you would double the enemy. So if you're faster than them, they attack you trying to kill you, you go first, hit them twice, kill them, they don't get to do any damage to you. It's a pretty powerful combo. However, it is also very risky if you don't have the strength or the accuracy to guarantee the kill before the enemy has a chance to do damage to you. Also, if you have like a self-healing item that bumps you out of the HP range requirement. I don't know if there is an HP range requirement, but there has been in previous games, so I assume there is. I'll have to check.
Time to set.
I'm not a big fan of Armored Blow.
Your skill is impressive.
We'll use a sword here.
No use.
I think we'll do a hit and run with Ferdinand.
That was nothing. Thanks.
Everything should be fine.
Thank you.
I foresee no difficulty with this turn.
People like me are quick studies.
Give this to Dorothea, she's lagging a little behind in levels. There we go. Another quest down. Now we'll do the Tales of Red Canyon Paralogue. Mess with some items first. We have a Seraph robe. So, Linhardt is slow, and that means he'll get doubled. And he doesn't have great defenses. That means when he gets doubled, he'll probably die. His HP isn't that great either, so that makes it even worse. Adjutant guards do make it so that getting doubled does less damage, and it can actually even save you at 1 HP if you would be killed. So, since generally I try to tuck Linhardt away safely in a corner somewhere where he can't be attacked, and use his long-range healing, I could see the utility of giving him the extra health because he needs it to survive, but on the flip side, if he's in a position where he's in danger, that's sort of me being bad, messing things up. I think the health would probably be more useful for a unit that A, cannot afford to be lost, like Byleth and Edelgard, and B, is a frontline fighter. Now, Edelgard has good defense. Byleth, not so much, so I think the Seraph Robe will actually help supplement that weakness.
What was that name again? Oh, this is frustrating me to no end. I simply can't recall. Oh, I have it. Xanadu. That's it. It was not long ago that we were there, and still, I somehow managed to forget. Well, that place brought back some fragments of my memory. I cannot help but wonder why. I feel we must return to find some answers there. Yes, you are right. For as...
Our professor is sneaking off alone. Where to, I wonder?
I don't recall hearing of any such plans for our class. Perhaps we should follow.
Intrigued, are we? Yes, let's do just that. We will consider it extra training.
Yes, it is all coming back to me. This structure. Oh, but it's as though my memories are clouded. The most important pieces are obscured. But I once called this home. I have no doubt. I seem to recall something on the other side of that wall. I cannot see it, but I can still feel it. It is not my imagination. I know this to be true. We are already deep within this valley. Oh, what was that awful sound? This is no time to joke around. Do not pretend you didn't hear. Look, there, at the entrance of the valley, a giant shadow.
It's a beast. It's not just one beast either. As you can see, it's 7. Yeah, so that makes this pretty tough. These monsters have at least 2 hits worth of hit points in them. Plus they have all kinds of nasty abilities. Like when they're in low HP, they get 30 extra Void. They get 30 Avoid if you're attacking them from range. They have crit plus 50 at low HP. Already have 17 crit. They have 28 attacks, so you know, basically, if they attack you, they'll do enough damage to kill you if they crit. And also they're fast. 15 attack speed. Then you get the flying ones. They're sort of the opposite. They have 30 avoid against melee attacks. They've got 16 attack speed. When they get on their left HP bar, they get 6 more, so they're going to double pretty much anything. They have additional void and they get even more speed, so they're just doubling machines. Luckily they only have 21 attack, but still that's enough to put some serious hurt on units. They're not as dangerous as the wolves for damage dealing, but they can fly. And they still do good damage. Then you have the much slower and much stronger wild beast here. You can't crit him until you armor break him. Heartseeker's not that bad, actually, and he can do poison damage. Which means basically no matter what, you're going to have to heal. Even if you don't take any damage from his attacks, you're still going to lose hit points. And then he has an AoE poison. I will move around some abilities here. So, the Authority prowess skills give you extra might on gambits. That's absolutely useless for characters with support gambits. And I don't think it's very useful until you get to the high levels of it for anyone else. But close counter's always good. Yeah, so if HP is less than half, you go first with Vantage. And you can also have a Battalion Vantage, which makes it so if your Battalion HP is at 1/3 or less, that you get Vantage. So it's 2 ways of getting the same ability. It's kind of hard to manage to keep your battalions at 1/3 HP. But I suppose if you don't replenish them between chapters and bank on, like, having 100 avoid or something, that could work. However, since there are no enemies that use axes in this chapter, I'm gonna give her advantage. It might be helpful, but I don't really expect it to. Close counter's the important one. So we'll get rid of authority. She uses axes, not swords primarily. We'll give her model leader just for kicks. And maybe resistance in case it's going to be helpful for her. Shimmer's a sniper. She'll be using bows because she has bow fair and bow range +1. Now Hubert has rally magic and rally resistance, which will make mages even better if he rallies them. That's pretty good. Battalion Wrath is okay if you can get it to proc. It's actually really good if you can get it to proc. Getting it to proc is the hard thing. Faith and Reason for Linhardt seems fine. Iron Renewal. I mean, he already has ways of healing himself. He doesn't need it. Bernadetta. So this is a little bit tricky because I really want to give her hit 20 and the dex and the strength because this is all basically hit rate, hit rate, hit and crit, and damage, and those are all three really good things for a long-range damage dealer like her. And she shouldn't be getting hit that much if she's at long range. And the crit bonus from Battalion Wrath here, plus Petra's personal skill, will easily let her reach 100 crit under certain situations. Lane is okay, I should probably take authority off her. Other lances too. I suppose we'll give Ferdinand Desperation. I still haven't used gauntlets once, I don't think. It's not that gauntlets are bad, it's that they seem like they're not as good as just brave weapons of another weapon type. And for that reason, I don't think they're as good. Could be wrong. If someone's found a way to use gauntlets effectively, I'd be interested to see it. Alright, we do have a chest, so that should mean that we need a thief. So we can make Byleth that thief, but Byleth is all the way over there, so we should probably make Petra a thief with just this chapter.
A new feeling.
Now there is a reason to go Archer for this class, this mission.
It's time to start anew.
And the idea there is, since these enemies have a 1 to 3 range weapon, if you have 3 range, you can attack them without being counterattacked. I think we'll put Ferdinand up there. And I think we'll leave Petra there, have her go for the chest immediately.
What is it now? Those hungry wolves. That howl must have riled them up. We have no choice but to fight our way out. Give it your all!
It's good we've caught up with the professor, but this situation is hard to put into words, actually.
Wolves to the front, hawks to the rear, and what appears to be a demonic beast at the canyon's mouth.
A wild beast at that. Or perhaps it's more fitting to call it a stray.
If we can't prevail over that demonic beast, we won't make it out of the Red Canyon alive. The first thing we need to do is reunite with our professor. The wolves are closing in.
If you grind to a high enough level, I'm pretty sure you can solo the wolves with Byleth. But, we are not at that point in this particular playthrough.
I will get
and I
the
don't think it'd be
victory.
that fun to be in that particular position anyway, because just being able to trivialize content kind of sucks the fun out of planning around the enemy.
Stay focused.
Well, I guess we'll go as far right as right goes. We'll equip the steel bow so we can counter at either range. Check our gambits. Flames will do good. Disturbance will do fine. Fusillade will do fine. Disturbance will be alright. Although that's odd for her to have disturbance since that's point blank range.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
So I think I'm going to do a disturbance gambit. Followed by a Fusillade gambit.
To work.
Fascinating plan.
That'll armor break the wolf. Now that the wolf is armor broken, it'll be easier to damage and somewhat less dangerous because he can't counterattack. I'm going to have to use a combat art here to get the one-hit kill. Monster Breaker's fine. 144 damage, pretty good. And then I'll follow up with some range unit. Hubert isn't level 20 yet. Oh, there's Bernadetta.
No.
Suppose we'll go here for Bernadetta. Silver bow.
As you wish.
Then I think we'll use Meyer. Alright, so that's one wolf down.
That's my cue.
Battle.
Now, something to note on this chapter, these birds say they don't move. If you attack them, they'll start moving, and after I think turn 2 or 3, they start moving on their own
Let
too.
us away.
So be careful trusting the danger zones for them.
How sweet.
I can armor break this wolf all by myself. It looks like Bernadetta should be able to hit it. Well, I guess we have to use the brave bow here. Get this chest with Petra. And the knowledge gem is actually a really good item because it increases the experience you get for skills. And I think there might be multiple of them in the game. Anyway, it'd be a Pretty good item to give Byleth instead of the Goddess Ring. Those are the wolves. I should probably have someone back here ready to defend against these. They do have high speed, but relatively low attack, so Edelgard should be able to defend herself just fine against them. I probably do want a ranged unit to remain with her, because they will be weak to bows since they're flyers. Suppose we'll move Hubert down and Ferdinand down so that we can deal with this wolf a little faster. Keep Flane and Linhart where they are.
Thank you.
Yeah, we don't really want to do that.
I think I got it.
Encloser is like, if Bernadetta was a trash unit, but she still got Encloser, she would still be worth bringing along on most missions because Encloser is almost a kill. So what it does is if you hit the enemy with it, it locks them in place, which means unless they have a huge range, they pretty much won't be able to hit any of your units unless you intentionally place them right next to them. And so being able to not worry about a unit for a turn basically means that unit's dead for all tactical considerations. It's not quite as good as being able to kill them, but you know, it brings about the same utility level as killing them for a turn. If Ferdinand has a 100% chance we can give this to him. Hubert can reach the wolf, so could do another wave attack here.
I like how this feels.
Fire to drop him down an HP bar. Next turn we'll probably double archer him and then retreat. We'll equip Petra with a silver bow in case they decide to attack her this turn. So, I believe wolves do get avoid plus 30 against range units when they have their barrier up. However, the nice thing about archers is they get hit plus 20 as their class skill, which almost negates that disadvantage entirely. And they get high dex too, so it's hard to make an archer miss. Alright, so that's those dealt with. Now we have just 4 more to go, except there will be reinforcements soon, I'm pretty sure. So they're not fast enough to double Petra. Plus she has a silver bow. So she can, you know, crit and one-shot them, basically.
Hard work created this.
Strength and speed.
Is that all?
Probably should have given Edelgard the hand axe there, but that's okay. And as you can see, there are more.
More hawks. This is bad. We'll be caught from both sides.
So we'll do all we can with these units. I guess we should move Ferdinand out of the way. Or might actually try to get rid of some of these. Bring Shamir around. The silver bow, she should be able to one-shot.
I'm just getting started.
I think we'll use Edelgard here to knock down this hit point bar. Have to use his sword to guarantee the hit. And then we should be able to use Petra to finish this. Probably should have used the curve shot there, but I figured 89 double, pretty low odds that it would miss. And if it did, I should be able to move these units out of the way, so there shouldn't be any units dying as a result. I'm gonna move these mages out of attack range here. Actually, move Ferdinand over here as well. I'm going to move Bernadette up. Suppose I could use Warp on her, move her a little bit further.
I'll grow as strong as I can.
So, generally there are two strategies for dealing with beasts. One is you take out all 4 of their barriers, that armor breaks them, they can't attack, they can't do anything for a whole turn, and you can either alpha strike and just focus fire them down with all of your units that you have available at that point, and they'll basically take more damage and you don't have any risk. And even afterwards, they're going to be weakened because they don't have any of their, like, shield abilities. Or you can just knock off one of their barriers and then shoot a whole bunch of arrows into that spot. And if they're a flying unit especially, that'll kill them and you don't have to worry about armor breaking them. So that's the strategy we're going to use for the bird here. I suppose we should do it from 3 range. Probably give Bernadetta the kill if we can. have to use the combat art on the silver bow to guarantee a hit with it. And as you can see, that only took 2 attacks, so that's a lot faster than like individually breaking down each of the barriers and then attacking. Sometimes it makes more sense to do one, other times it makes more sense to do the other.
Appreciated.
Lovely timing.
We'll give Edelgard the hand axe there, so that way she can double. The attack is certainly not going to kill her. Didn't double? That surprises me. Okay, she needed, what, 1 more speed? Yeah. Close to doubling.
I guess hard work does pay off.
I could go for those beasts up there and eliminate them as well, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to speed right along here. There's 2 hit point bars left. And I'm running out of spaces to put 3 range units to snipe him with. I have to do 34 damage to avoid the counterattack. Assault Troop Gambit. Alright, I'll do that. We're gonna try to armor break him. So now that we broke one of his barriers, he's stunned, so we can attack him this turn and he won't counterattack. I guess we'll go for this space. We need a follow-up, don't we? Ferdinand has the 2-reach gambit. We can hit this space, potentially. Or that one. Well, the pitcher's in the way, so I think it's only this one. So let's try that.
Need backup?
We have to hit these 2 spaces in order to armor break him. Looks like Hubert won't be able to reach. Yeah, so we won't be able to armor break him until next turn. Unless Hubert uses... Oh, yeah, he has a gambit, so maybe... Nah, he has to be closer to use it. Well, that's alright, we'll just shave off this hit point bar.
One step at a time.
Since he's going to use his big attack, staggering blow I think it's called, it's going to hurt, but it's not going to double, so it won't kill anyone. I should probably heal Edelgard though.
Well done.
It's simple logic.
Pretty good. We'll heal the poison on Edelgard right now. Should probably get poisoned by next turn again, but more experience anyway. And we'll Hubert up. So he restored his barriers after using his staggering blow. I think I can half break most of them with Hubert using Resonant Flames here. But it won't really matter because he has 3 health left.
Appreciate it.
I think Bernadetta needs a little more experience. Shamir could potentially use a little more, but she's already in her advanced class. She'll be alright even without it. Give Bernadetta the skill. One
Our
away.
work is done. Let us return. But what was...
I'm glad that you are safe, Professor. It was rather reckless of you to venture out alone like that.
I suppose we came out here without permission too. If we all wish to avoid punishment, perhaps we can all agree that we came out here for an extracurricular activity. Let's leave it at that.
Still, I would like to know what brought you to this valley in the first place.
Oh dear. I put us in a bit of danger there.
Just a bit.
We are most fortunate that those delinquents followed us. You very nearly met your end. What a marvelous professor you must be, for all your students to be so concerned. You seem more confident in your ability to teach. But that makes sense, as you have me to help you out. Huh? What is this strange feeling? My memories. Do you feel them stirring? How curious. You seem to have grown stronger, and all thanks to our journey to Xanadu. It really was worth all that effort. Huh? You found this? I dare say you may find a use for that. You should decide how best to use that thing. But wow, we got a lot out of this trip. It was a bother for a spell, but in the end, I feel we should think fondly of our little trip. We actually had a delightful time, wouldn't you say?
So the first time through that mission was pretty disastrous. But since this is my second time through, I knew what to expect, and I didn't get blindsided nearly as bad, so it was much more manageable. It's still a little bit of a tricky chapter, but it's not that bad.
Look, Professor. I've grasped it. I work to grow.
I'm getting it.
You've done me a great service.
There we go. Both qualified for hero? No, it's assassin. However, I don't believe she has a gold star in archery yet, so I'm not gonna promote her yet. Nadelgard isn't qualified for any of these advanced classes, it looks like. I suppose that's fine since she does get a custom class at some point. Petra, however, let's see. Could make her assassin, but doesn't yet have a gold star in thief or mercenary. Although I don't really value Vantage that highly, so that's fine. Or Archer. And Thief gives you the Steal ability, which lets you steal as any class, not just Thief, and that's really good when you have a mount and can move around a lot faster. And you usually need, well, you don't need it, but you typically do want someone with access to the ability to open chests and steal items. Opening chests you can get with chest keys, which is fine, but stealing items can only be got through mastering the thief class or being a thief, and being a thief is kind of miserable late game. Oh, the archer skill is even more valuable to me. I value accuracy a lot. I don't like taking risks, so I like 100% hit rates. I think we'll actually put her in the archer class. Even though the sniper class will do much better damage at this point, I just want to grab that accuracy plus 20 as quick as possible and then get out of the archer class. I should adjust some goals. I want to give Shamir bow and, I suppose, authority. Or conversations.
Hey there, Hubie.
We're just gonna skip through them.
Linhardt.
That one might have been fun to watch. Ferdinand and Dorothea didn't like each other at all at first. Shamir and Caspar. This might be interesting,
Hey, Shamir.
actually.
Your archery skills were amazing the other day. I couldn't believe it when you hit all those bullseyes. Not a single miss.
It was nothing.
No way, it was incredible. You were incredible. You gotta teach me how to shoot.
Maybe.
That sounds like a yes to me. Are you free tomorrow?
Maybe. No promises, though.
Come on, Shamir, don't be like that. Wait, is this because you don't think I'm good enough? That can't be it.
It's nothing personal. As someone born in Dagda, I'm not very fond of the Empire.
Dagda? Where is... Oh, you mean where they had that war with the Empire a few years back? The country west of Fodlan, across the ocean. That Dagda?
That Dagda. But that is behind us.
I had no idea. I understand why you'd hate the Empire so much, though. My father was a major general in that war. He led an entire army. If I were you, I definitely wouldn't want to train the son of someone who killed all those Dagdans.
You misunderstand. I harbor no ill will toward your generation.
Huh? Well, then what does this have to do with you teaching me how to shoot?
I simply have other commitments. I don't have the time to teach everyone, so I can't make any promises.
That's your reason? You're just too busy? I thought you hated me. I guess I had nothing to worry about. In that case, I'm excited to get to know you better. Let's leave all that Dagda and Empire stuff in the past.
So Dagda and Bridget fought the Empire, and basically Petra is a hostage, and Petra and Shamir were sort of affiliated with the losing side of that war, and Caspar's father was leading the Empire. So that one has sort of political undertones to it. The authority training would be good, but sword training's not that great. Bow, very useful. Lance, potentially useful. Probably give someone else a bow goal so that they'll attend. Actually, I might give Hubert a lance goal temporarily. Because I think he will need it in order to get into the Dark Knight class, if I decide to go that route.
Ah, it's clear. I will master this.
One step before the next.
It's all becoming clearer.
Free experience.
Although I guess
Do
we
you
don't
miss
need
the
that.
food of your homeland,
But free
Petra?
motivation anyway.
I wish there was a way to get some for you.
I have gratitude for your kindness. But it is okay. I am liking the food of Fodlan.
It is done. Perhaps I've been well taught. Enlightening.
Not a total waste.
I work to grow.
Thank you very much.
Suppose I should check in, see if I need to repair anything. This Iron Axe is looking pretty bad. Same with this Iron Lance. Go through quite a few Iron Bow Plus uses. Suppose the Iron Bow doesn't need it, but I could forge that up. An Iron Bow Plus. Nope, looks like I can't afford it. %, sniper chance. I guess I'll certify her an assassin, but I won't switch her to it yet.
I have success!
Resistance plus 5 is pretty nice. Suppose I should buy some seals, just so that I'm ready. Do we have any bullion to sell? Yeah, we do. Okay, we should put that knowledge gem on someone. I think Byleth is a fine choice. That means we do have a free +4 luck ring we could put on someone. Guess we should check out combat arts too. I don't use lances typically. I don't use fist at all. I don't usually use swords. But I do have the Sword of the Creator. But it has its own sword art. I use curve shot a lot. Bane of Monsters could be useful. Grounder could be useful because of the effective damage. Although Grounder less so because I have a bow. Hers are fine. Swift Strikes guarantees a 2x attack. I think that's probably going to be better than Tempest Lance. Right, so Encloser is definitely worth having. Deadeye is good because it gives you huge range, but the downside is you have very low accuracy at that range, so you need a lot of accuracy to make Deadeye worth it. It's also very durability intensive. I don't really like Waning Shot, but +4 might on a bow is pretty good. Guess we'll use Bane of Monsters just in case. I think we'll put Monster Piercer on this so he has a cav, a monster, and an armor effective option. Although we don't really use Sylvain, that gives him a lot of flexibility. Alright, happy with those. Yeah, I guess we'll keep those for Bernadetta. Now, does Axebreaker always give you... No, it doesn't always give you the hit and avoid. It only gives it to you when you're using a sword. So, I guess I'll keep those the way they are. I'll increase authority. It's the primary reason
I'm
to hold
getting
the seminar.
closer.
Not a total waste.
Well worth the... I'm finding my...
I guess I might as well certify Byleth in Assassin, given that you can only do one certification per week. Just in case I do end up wanting it later.
A new path to tread.
And it might give stat ups right now too. Doesn't look like it though. Maybe Pegasus Knight will give her some stats.
I have succeeded!
So I'm not sure exactly when you get stat bonuses for classing up, but it seems like some of the time you get them, and usually it's for the first time you change into a class, and after that, less so. Looks like I need some intermediate seals to reclass Edelgard. I think if I put her in Thief, she might get speed.
As expected,